Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Ebron caught left side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Marlon Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this down to the 10. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Let's make these babies cry.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. A good red zone run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Mariota now to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And now out comes Houston. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
He's going to look deep. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mariota. Screen play, Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Mariota now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and the Texans scoop it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Getting in there to break that one up, Rock Ya-Sin. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw Mariota. Short little throw to Ebron. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. From the 38, Watson connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 25-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Eckler. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 12-yard line. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this will be a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And some room to roam now. There goes Duke Johnson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense, and now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. And now look at him go. The 30, past the 20, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. By the way, third quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Leonard Fournette, north of 100 yards. He's at 114 to be precise. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, refusing to go down. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, he'll take a shot. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Funchess has it complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing is Mariota. It's caught by Funchess. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To throw is Mariota. Complete. It's Johnson. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Mariota. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Mariota.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Throwing, Mariota. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Mariota yelling out the play call as he hustles everyone to get set. Mariota to throw. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. And they take a knee. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Houston, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it'll be loss number
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson. They run for the first time with Justice Hill. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
From the 27, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The numbers for Brown from a week ago, 9 catches, 104 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Trying the jet sweep here. It's Boykin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And some space to move right away as he's hauled away up to the 30.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and those creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Jackson's throw caught here by Boykin. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, here are the starters for Houston. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
This is a unit that understands what needs to be done to stop the run. And they're a team that goes out and executes as well. Yeah, it's the mantra, stop it, but then going out and getting it done. 2 different things. They combine them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 carries, 54 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant.
And he's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The former 1st-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Watson, off play action, under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because giving up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back up.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This is fielded at the 7. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A good pickup there, a 22. On first down, Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. Now Watson, and the catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
And that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half. And he's got a 1st and 10. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. To throw is Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's Jakobi Meyers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. So we now proceed to the start of the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Watson, it's complete to Hopkins. And now running right through it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is Jakobi Meyers. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Given 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop. Stop him.
Pass interference, offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Here's Watson now on second down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass. into the end zone. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on now, let's go!
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game.
And got his man complete. Give him 32 on the play.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Watson on target here to Fuller. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control.
And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing now is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jakobi Meyers in the final minute as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Watson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He's got Fuller. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be caught. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score, in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's got some space here. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it. And
we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Texans, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will head back home